Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully you guys are all having a fabulous day here today. We are on Ultra Rumble with some crazy news. They have officially done one of the things we have been asking for forever. We have a lot of information to go through here today, so buckle in. Let me know W or L on these patch notes over here. These patch notes are regarding some buffs and nerfs that have officially been added over here for... This is not the mid-season update now, right? This is the little after mid-season update. So be ready for it. Let's go through all of it. Hopefully you guys are ready for this. And yeah, let's talk about it all. As always, like and subscribe, and let me know. Again, W or L. First things first, the patch notes have been revealed to us via the official sources, and we also have, how do I refer to that? The leaked information, let's just say it, leaked information, which is basically going into the files and finding out what the exact values are changed. So remember that we also have that here today, which is a W in my opinion, right? It's always good to have both sides of it. But for our first character, we are not on the right character here. We have to go over to our boy. Make your bets. Who is it? It is Shoto Todoroki. I just made a video on this guy, calling him mid, and he got buffed. Character adjustments: Shoto Todoroki, Quirk Skill Beta, Heaven Piercing Ice Wall. They increased the number of projectiles at all levels. They adjusted the 4th consecutive strike to make it easier to land at level 4-9, and they reduced the movement speed of the dash at level 9 when it is used without charging, and expanded the attack range on the 4th consecutive strike. So there you go. Shoto Todoroki, Quirk Skill Beta has been buffed. Looks like we now have 2 bullets here from 1 to 9. Doesn't matter, it is 1 to 9 fully buffed. We have, again, the leaked information here, so here you go. Quirk Skill Beta, Heaven Piercing Ice Wall, ammo, level 1 to level 10 before and after. Before, again, is all 1 across the board, and now it's 2 across the board. Apparently, also on this, level 1 to 10, reload time, before and after, it's 15 seconds across the board. Or no, 15 seconds, sorry, at the top, then 11 seconds. It's now 15 to 14, then 13 to 2, 12, and then just goes further down, all the way to 11 to 10. And then, again, there's a penalty reload time, which is also over there as well. So, with that, we now go and just test this real quick. There you go. He officially has this one, and now he can put up another one. So just imagine you can do this, and then you could do straight up this, right? So you can just fully guard yourself now. They're buffing this, I'm guessing, for the next skill kit, aren't they? They're buffing this because obviously the new skill kit's going to make it much better, and the current one is very bad. So, very cool stuff. This is actually, you're gonna say otherwise, this is actually really good for him. It's like this attack does so much damage, you have to realize. So another one of this that quickly is just kind of insanity. And then two, also increasing some of the, or rather speeding up the reload time on that is even better. So very cool stuff. Shoto Todoroki got a decent buff here. 2 of these is huge. So definitely will take that. And again, also it looks like a reload time was kind of adjusted there. And also it's easier to kind of hit with combos and such. So Shoto Todoroki, first change, buff, W or L. Comment down below. Next up, Edo Kirishima. What the fudge? It's as if the characters that I made a video on calling the mid are getting things. We don't know if this is a buff or a nerf. I haven't checked yet. So let's see. Edo Kirishima over here with this bad skin over here. Okay, let's see it. Edo Kirishima. Quirk Skill Beta. Red counter. Okay, so this is Beta. So his punch. Increase the damage from level 1 to level 8. Across the board, increase the damage from level 1 to level 8. So that's, again, his Beta over here. So it's this punch here. So it does 100 damage at level 1. I'll check what it did before, and I'll show you some comparisons with like the leaked information also. Special action, Hardening. That's, again, his special action there. Increase the time it takes to start reloading when it is interrupted in the middle of activation. So there you go. So increase the time it takes to start reloading when it is interrupted in the middle of activation. So let's say, I'm guessing if you do this, and then cancel it, it's going to take a... Yep, there you go. That's what they're talking about. So it takes a few seconds to start back up before they give it to you. There you go. That's what they're nerfing there. So that's a nerf. Increase the reload speed. So that's a buff. That is a buff. For anyone asking, the language is there. They're increasing the reload speed. Increasing how much you reload, how fast you reload. So when fully consumed. So as soon as you burn through everything in a special action, it is now a faster reload to get it back quicker. Changed it so that it can be activated even if the gauge is not at 100%. So let's say it's over here. Cancel it. I can go straight back into it. There you go. Yep, officially changed. That's insane, actually. That's so much better. Yes, he can still get knocked out by other characters, correct? So even if he gets knocked out, he can get back into it right away. So very cool stuff. They actually did a nice little increase here. And then if you do cancel it and you wait a few seconds here, you can see it's going to give it an increase now. There you go. Not a bad change. Okay, hear me out. Now, remember, a special action was touched here. I told you the special action is the biggest issue. What was this for? put two and two together, all right? If everybody's smart here, you know what that was for. So very cool stuff from the devs. I see what they're doing here, but okay, good changes. W or L, let me know down below. Did he need it? Did he deserve it? Was this too much? Is he now busted insane? Let me know. I'm curious. Next character, let's see. So next up we have, another time. Oh my God, All Might over here. Is it a buff or a nerf? This guy has been literally getting like just nerfs across the board for update after update. So for this one. On screen. Oh, I never showed you the Kirishima on screen stuff, did I? Yeah, let me just show you Kirishima on screen real quick. I'm sorry. Here's the Kirishima stuff on screen, the leaked stuff. That gives an idea for how much damage he did. I didn't get to go into that further, but with Kirishima over here, it seems like across the board, red counter, level 1 to level 8 before and after. It's a meaty buff, it looks like. 80 to 100, 85 to 105, 90 to 110, 100 to 115, 105 to 118, 110 to 121, 115, 124. And then again, 120 to 124. So early game Red Riot is seeing a huge increase. Late game Red Riot's not seeing the biggest increase, but you can clearly see early game to end game, he's becoming, again, where he once was. It's just they buffed basically early game him. So him early game is much better than before compared to that. But him end game is about the same, correct? Like level 9, but, you know, level 8 is still a decent increase. It's still a meaty increase, right? That's still 9 damage. So do what you will with that information, but yeah, it is not bad. On red counter there, again, his main ability that's pretty strong already, getting a nice little boost over there, it's pretty good. And then early game, again, that's what he did. Also over here, special action hardening. Basically, they give it 1 charge, and they fixed it, so now it counts as a charge, which means you can continuously use it. That's why it says that. Then over here, 3 to 5. So instead of 3 seconds of a delay or a penalty, it's now 5 seconds to start increasing. So 5 seconds now, so 2-second increase, which is fine. But they took look at this, they took the penalty reload time before and after, 60 to 39. So it does reload much faster, actually. So do what you will. Yes, that one part is nerfed, but I don't think that really matters because you see how good the buff is. The buff is like far better, so it outweighs the nerf perfectly. But that's Kirishima, okay? So there you go, Kirishima done. Now, on to All Might. All Might. Change the HP to 300. Oh. Currently in game, I am 350, but apparently I learned this now thanks to my comment section. That doesn't matter, but he is now 300 actually, because you load him with whatever character, it's whatever. So just know that this is 300 apparently now, so keep that in mind. They changed All Might's HP to that, so it's a nerf. Here, Quirk Skill Beta, United States of Smash, reduce the slam damage at level 9, at level 7 to 9. So change the HP, so that's a nerf fully, and then Quirk Skill, reduce the slam damage. That's a nerf also. Something's wrong here. Something's very wrong here. Something's not right. So, do what you will with this information. Take a look at the leak over here. So, Quirk Skill Beta, United States of Smash slamming portion. It looks like level 2 was actually buffed. Level 4 was actually buffed, very minusculely. But over there at level 7 to 10, yes, that was nerfed. Correct? But they did buff 2 and 4. So, he did get a partial buff, but he also caught a nerf. Correct? As you can see, again, I'll show the screenshot on screen. So, don't know why that was, but they didn't mention a buff clearly. But it's an overall nerf, technically speaking. So that's why maybe they didn't sort of mention that. But I guess we'll go with it. Yeah, okay. Now beyond that, also it looks like the leak says that his alpha got a little bit of a damage increase. Don't know how true that is. It's not saying it that they buffed it over here on the patch notes. I don't know though. So apparently his alpha got a little bit of a damage increase. Correct? But apparently this is the main focus. Level 7 to 9, this is much more worse than it was before. So he did get an overall nerf, but for some reason the leaks are saying there's a little bit of a buff here, which I can show you. I'll show you on screen. It says that there's a damage buff. Don't know how true that is. I'll confirm it soon, but from 58.5, so it's minuscule, 67.5 minuscule, 72 to 74, 74 to 76. But again, every damage counts. So do what you will with this information. I'll fact check that and get back to you soon, but it does say that he got buffed there, so 2 big nerfs across the board, but 1 buff, potentially. Don't know how certain, as again, patch notes will mention it. Who knows? Beyond that, we have 1 more character. Here we go. Or 2 more. Here we go. First up, Shoto Isawa, also mentioned in the patch notes. Here we go. Quirk Skill Y, Binding Cloth Serpent. That is basically his thing over here. They increase the damage at all levels. Wow. I'm actually shocked about that. He already is pretty good. Wow, I didn't expect that at all. What is the damage values? I'm going to pull them up in a second. Let me just read them myself. But yeah, they did buff that, so his combo, he's been, if you've seen it, his combos are actually pretty crazy, so That's kind of cool. He got that. All right. So basically, the damage values is from here, level 1 to level 10. It's going to be 13 to 14, 14 to 15, and 22. I mean, that's not bad. For the amount of time it hits, it's not bad. It's just going to be a little extra damage, you know what I mean? So, for everybody comboing and such, again, you hit this combo here, 40, you're getting a little extra damage on that. So, I mean, for the most part, that's cool, right? Again, I think Isawa is a pretty good character if players know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, pretty much he's dog crap. So, for what it is, just a small little buff, you know, across the board, an extra damage here and there, which could actually make it or break it in a fight, obviously speaking, correct? That extra damage could come in clutch. Now, for the title, this I cannot believe they purposely put this at the end of the patch notes. They did it purposely. I know they did, because why did they have to wait this long to do it? Who knows? But here we go. The final note in the patch notes, when I read this, I partied. I literally partied. HimoToga has officially been nerfed. We have prayed for times like this. I'm sorry to any Toga mate in my comment section that felt that she didn't need the nerf. You do not understand how annoying she is. She needed the nerf. But what did they nerf? They didn't nerf the speed in which this goes and how long you can keep this up, sadly. It is not nerfed there, so again, you can still keep this up for like half a century and maybe even more than half a century. But what they did nerf is this. HimoToga, Quirk Skill Beta, Slasher, Killer, Knife. Reduce damage at all levels. So her beta has been reduced in the damage she can deal, or again, damage dealt from her beta. Very simple, very good. How much damage increase is it? It's not half bad. It's actually pretty good how much damage they did nerf here. Because here you go, across the board at level 1, it's not much of a decrease, just 1. Correct? But then when you get to level 2, it's 4 of an increase. Then when you get up again, it's still 4 of an increase. Then again, now you're jumping further. That's a 12 increase. And it keeps going down all the way to overall 12 decrease. Correct? That's pretty good. It is a pretty good nerf. It's, again, not going to completely one-shot somebody. It's still going to be pretty deadly. I'm not going to lie. Don't act like it's not deadly. It's still a very deadly attack. And when plus ultra, this thing will completely... Let me just do this. This is going to take forever. When plus ultra, it's going to completely shred you still. It's not going to change that, correct? But it is a nerf, and we wanted a nerf here. Yes, this thing will still last for about half a century. By the time your bloodlines being continued, that's how long it's going to go on for. But yeah, it's at least a little bit better on the damage front. So at least you're not getting destroyed and annihilated. So maybe Toga's had to think something through, like, oh, I still have to actually do this, hit this button, which it's a Toga sin. Hitting that button is a Toga sin. Hitting this button, they don't do that. They only hit this button. That's beta and beta or bust. That's how a Toga player plays. Not hating on any Toga players, by the way, but that's every Toga player I run into. It's beta or bust, but you can still see it's a very strong attack. It doesn't change that. It's still a strong attack, but it is nerfed a bit. So do what you will with that information. They finally nerfed it a little bit. Again, the damage isn't that bad, but it still doesn't matter. She's still going to do, like, look at that. She's still going to do a chunk of your HP. And again, if she doesn't hit that, yes, that's like much less though. You can kind of say that's much less. But if she still hits the initial run, it's going to hurt. So keep that in mind. That's what they've adjusted over here for Toga. Seems like it's not only that. It says the consecutive slashes portion, correct? That's going to also decrease from 72 to 71. And then across the board, it's going to become from 108 down to 88. So the consecutive slash part of it too has also been nerfed. So not bad. Overall, I will still give this a W. I will still give this a very big W. I think that she deserved something, and this is at least something. So it may have taken them forever. It was like pulling a teeth for them, the devs, right? They're like, oh, we're nerfing our main, you know what I mean? And then pull the teeth, and they finally did it, so at least something there. But yeah, it still can last on for about a quarter century, and she can just keep running. Like, there you go, just keep running. Keep running. You can see that doesn't change. Duration is still there, but overall, I like this. Pretty good stuff. Yes, I mentioned it yesterday. Dobby's not in the patch notes. I'm guessing he will be nerfed, but they want to rake in as much money as possible, as much money they can possibly get from the banner system, because again, he's still active, right? Why would they nerf him when he's active? They'll nerf him after he leaves, because then players obviously summon and did everything there. Other than that, no one has been affected over here. I don't know what happened to All Might. We'll see what exactly happened there, but it looks like 2 nerfs, potentially, who knows, about a buff. I will update you soon. Besides that, nobody else was affected, it looks like. Again, HimoToga received a nerf. Shoto Todoroki received a pretty good buff here, actually. Pretty good buff. Yes, a partial nerf, but more so a buff for Kirishima, and a function change, which is kind of cool for him. And then, again, anybody else that I forgot? Oh, Isawa. Yeah, Isawa also got a bit of a buff there, making his, again, Binding Cloth Serpent a little bit stronger. That's, again, his Gamma. And then All Might over here, as mentioned. That's there, so pretty cool stuff. Anybody, again, complain about anything? I think this is like the least controversial patch notes in a while. Other than All Might, it's all I see people complaining about. I don't see anybody else being controversial here. Like, there's no beef that should be started in this comment section. I don't think so. Maybe a beef about who didn't get nerfed, but who did get nerfed, there's no like, oh my god, you buffed the wrong character, or oh my god, you nerfed the wrong character. It looks like the comment section is safe from any drama or beef. So, can we get a W for that one? gotta get a W for that one, but that is the patch notes. Again, up and coming. We'll see what is next for the game. As of right now, though, the new banner is out. Go and have fun if you would like to. The suited up versions are now there. On top of that, the newest event is now also active. Go and have some fun. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace out. And that has been the video from me. Nice stuff. Nice stuff.